Hey, welcome back to Album April. It's April 29th, and today I listened to Mezzanine by Massive Attack. For things like Album April or Horror Nights, the list is usually formed by just me listing like the things that I thought of in the year since the last one, and then it's like a one-day brain dump, Google deep dive type of thing. And when it's all done, I do have the list, but a lot of them I have no idea where I found them on the internet. I can't remember. This is definitely an example of that. I can't tell you where I heard about this album. I remember hearing about it like on more than one occasion. This might have even been the last album I added to the list. I had never even heard of Massive Attack before this. They are a trip hop group from the UK, trip hop being a fusion of electronica and hip hop. Although I really feel like there's more alt rock influences on this album. I listened to it and I gotta say, it's kind of fitting that it's called Mezzanine because I thought the album was kind of mid. I feel like this album could have been improved drastically if it was like 45 minutes instead of an hour. I think that all of these songs could have been pared down a bit. And that's not me saying I just have a short attention span and don't think that songs can be long, but if they do have a long length, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, they have to like earn it. Most of these songs are very repetitive, but it's not even necessarily the repetition that makes them feel kind of tedious, because most of the songs from Violator by Depeche Mode were pretty repetitive too, and I still thought that album made much better use of its length than this one did. A lot of these songs just feel padded out, especially with the outros. There was like multiple occasions where I would be like, oh, okay, it sounds like the song's about to end. Then I'd look at the like tracking and there's like 40 seconds left. Two of the three members of Massive Attack, 3D and Daddy G, do provide vocals throughout the album, but there are also a few guest vocalists here. My favorite, by a very wide margin, was Elizabeth Fraser. She has that sort of quirky Kate Bush kind of sound to her voice, and I thought she did very well on the 3 songs that she appears on this album. I didn't think any of the songs from Mezzanine were bad, but only one I thought was truly really good, and that was Teardrop. It starts out with a drum machine loop, and personally, I think that they did a little bit too much focusing on that drum machine loop, because when the harpsichord comes in, and especially when it interacts with the piano, that's when this song starts sounding so pretty. Elizabeth Fraser's voice works so well in this song. It has this ethereal quality to it. If there were more songs on this album like Teardrop, I would be singing an entirely different tune. That being said, it wasn't like there wasn't anything else of note on Mezzanine. I thought that Rising Sun was okay. Group 4 was the longest song on this album, but I thought it was the one that made the best use of like an arc, a rise and fall of intensity. A lot of the songs on this album, you could go to any part of it and it would sound very, very similar to all the other parts of it. I had a similar problem with the Sonic Youth album I listened to this month as well, but that problem was definitely worse there than it was here. Overall, this album didn't really entice me to look into more stuff from Massive Attack, but I will say this. It would not surprise me in the slightest if Gorillaz said that they were heavily inspired by Massive Attack's music. I just looked it up, Damon Albarn very much was. So that is something I will give Massive Attack. Even if I didn't find their music particularly inspiring, somebody else did and made music that I'd love. And with that, we are almost done with Album April. The final album of the month is possibly the most famous one out of any on the docket. If you've kept up with context clues, you might even be able to guess what it is, but either way, I'll see you tomorrow.